The pandemic saw a boom in dog ownership, with almost 70% of households adopting a pet. And dogs bred for their cuteness have been particularly in demand.
It's like having my own kids, really. I love them and they love me back a lot.
I think they're the most cutest dogs ever. Like, look at her.
These flat-faced dogs, they tend to have nice squishy faces, big eyes, and they tend to have pretty nice temperaments as well.
And those squishy faces certainly don't come cheap.
I've heard of anything from a couple of $1,000s, even up to $20,000.
Unfortunately, the bills don't stop there. The same features that were bred into these dogs for cuteness also cause major health problems.
The most common one is airway issues, and that's where we have noisy breathing due to having squished up nostrils, a long soft palate, big tonsils, and up to 95% of some of these dogs will actually have spinal deformities.
Then there's dermatitis caused by skin folds around the face and corkscrew tail.
Dental issues from having a shortened jaw. We'll also see ocular issues, and the reason for that is because they can't quite completely close their eyelids.
This is Coco, an adorable French bulldog. She's still a puppy, but already displaying some worrying symptoms.
The owners have said that she breathes really loud, she snores, she often has sleep apnea and sleep disturbances. She even has some gastro signs. So those signs tell me that she actually has obstructive airway disease, even at 7 months of age. You see her nostrils are very narrow, whereas her buddy here, Princess Poppy, she's had her airway surgery already done to open up her nostrils so she can breathe better.
So Coco's going under the knife to open up her nostrils and check out her tonsils and larynx. Flat-faced dogs, more formally called brachycephalic, regularly require surgery simply to have a better quality of life, so vet bills can be huge, like Mahima found out when she adopted her pug, Nala.
So she's got not wide nostrils, so we had to actually take her to get a brachycephalic surgery, which did cost quite a fair bit, but that did help her to breathe better. Bonnie, her nostrils are quite small, so in the future I might have to do the boa surgery.
Airway surgery, that can range anywhere from a couple of $1,000s to even up to $6,000 to $8,000. Spinal surgery can run into the tens of thousands of dollars. If people aren't prepared for that, what we sometimes will see is people having to make really tough choices about what to do with their pet when they're really not well and they can't walk or they can't breathe.
With more than 1 million new dogs adopted since 2019, vets and animal welfare groups are calling for a crackdown on the selective breeding of flat-faced dogs for cuteness. In February, Norway took a hardline stance by banning the selective breeding of flat-nosed pups like British Bulldogs and King Charles Spaniels, citing man-made health problems. In the UK, vets have called for a ban on using flat-faced dogs in advertising, suggesting it's a welfare crisis. And the Australian Veterinary Association wants a ban on breeding dogs with severe deformities.
Unfortunately, some of these flat-faced breeds, and in particular French Bulldogs, live a much shorter life than other breeds of dog. Jack Russells live for over 12 years, but in this particular study they found the lifespan of a French Bulldog might only be 5 or 6 years.
The message is, if you buy a healthy breed, you could be saving yourself heartbreak down the track. The owners of flat-faced dogs have been told to keep their pets' weight down and not walk them in hot weather, but they say the pluses outweigh the minuses.
I paid around $7,000 for her, but she's been an investment in my future because I no longer need to go shopping for other things to make me happy because she just brings so much joy. So she's been worth every dollar for me.
Wow. I mean, I had no idea that those breeder dogs had those issues. I mean, until you watch something like that. So it's a good warning to people who whose kids are saying, let's go and get one of those cute French Bulldogs.
It's a difficult conversation to have with a child.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
I must say, I wasn't paying a lot of attention in our meeting today, and I thought that was going to be a much cuter story than it was. So, yeah, it's quite a shock.